What up guys, it's Ranzo here. I'm doing this video because if someone had done a video like this when I first came to Tokyo and I saw it, it would have been very helpful for me. This video is about finding a barbershop in Tokyo when you look like me. When I first came to Tokyo, my hair was pretty high. You would get a haircut like on a regular basis, maybe like every 2 weeks, every month, depending on your frequency. And when I first came here, I had no idea where I could find a barber that could actually handle my hairstyle, because as you know, some barbers are more experienced in one hair type versus another hair type. I knew no one in Tokyo that could actually do my hair, and I never knew any guys or anyone that looked like me to offer some assistance for me to find, you know, a barber that can actually handle my hair. So I ended up going to a Japanese barber in Shinjuku because I'm like, okay, my hair was getting out of control. I needed to get something done to it. When he saw me, it was pretty cool, like, but eventually when I sat in the chair, he seemed a bit nervous. I told him, okay, just give me an outline. So they pretty much just follow, you know, the path of your hair along the sides. And he did that. He did a fairly good job, you know, like in comparison to the way I looked to the way I looked afterwards. He did a fairly decent job, so I had no complaints with that. But eventually, you know, I put up a Facebook status, did some research, took me a while. I eventually found this shop, and it's owned by an American guy. When I went into the shop, there was like black guys, white guys, Japanese people. So this guy was very versatile. So that's where I found my barbershop, and this is in Shibuya, Tokyo. That's like one of the most popular sides in Tokyo. Let's go and check him out. So I'm in Shibuya, almost at the barbershop. Barbershop right now. I'm going to introduce you to my Barber Tam.
What's up, y'all? It's Tam here at Shop Brooklyn, Tokyo. And if you ever come out to Japan, please come check me out in Shibuya. And it's a cool atmosphere. It's home away from home. Don't go to a Japanese barber thinking that how bad can they do. That's first of all. I mean, just check the internet. I'm on the internet. Just type in American barber, American style barber, type in English speaking barber, and all of those categories will lead you right to me. There's a market, but I wouldn't say like it's a market that a bunch of barbers should be like, oh yeah, let's go flood Tokyo, because it's still a limited market. But I'm not a black barber. I'm a barber who's black. But I cut Asian people's hair, I cut white people's hair, I cut all types of hair, so I'm not a black barber. My clients are white, my clients are Japanese, my clients are Indonesian. The only requirement is that we can communicate. And so this is why I have so many different type of clients, is because, you know, finding an English-speaking barber in Japan is very hard. Unless you're near a base or something like that. My clientele is very diverse, actually. Today, my first client was Japanese. My second and third client were white dudes, one from the UK, one from Brooklyn. My fourth client was from Sweden. My fifth client was a Guyanese. And then I got my man right here. I'm lonely. Okay, like for instance, before I came here, I was working at a unisex salon, had 14 operators. And I worked there for 2 years. And you know, you kind of get used to being with people every day.
Is that in the States or in Japan?
In the States.
Okay.
When you have competition, that just makes you better.
Okay.
Now it's just me.
Yeah, so I'm Vincent from London. It wasn't that much of a challenge finding a barber here, actually. I found one. He was in Roppongi, and where I was staying was kind of far away from me. So I had a friend who'd been to Japan like 3 times before, and I told him about my problem trying to find a barber. So he was like, well, I know this guy. Tambu in Harajuku. And again, from where I live, I was like, okay, fine, it's a substantial distance for me to travel to get a haircut. So I came here the first time. It was fun vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, home away from home. So, you know, again, it was close. He treated me very well. So, you know, definitely a place to, again, come and check out if you're ever in Tokyo.
My name is Ashley, and when I first got here, I actually worked as a contractor on the Coastal Naval Base, and I did go to like barbers on base at first, which weren't as good. So I always looked around for like an actual decent barber, like a barber that cut like when I was in Chicago. I used to live in Chicago as well. So actually I met Taru, and then one of my fraternity brothers told me that Reed linked us actually because he was coming to Taru's shop to cut, and I was like, oh okay, yeah, I know Taru. And then ever since then, like I've been coming to shop Brooklyn, Tokyo, and like you said about how it feels like home, it does give you like a good home feel. It is somewhere just to kind of get away from like everything that's outside in Japan. If you live here in Japan, or if you haven't, it is like a much different place than what you're used to. So sometimes you kind of get tired of that. And like coming here, it is kind of like a release. But I would say probably the biggest challenge is, I just finding the right people to network with to find that barber, because they're here. I mean, he is, and a couple others. Choose who you want to choose, but I come here. He's a great barber.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Periscope, Twitter, and Instagram at Ranzo in Japan. Kiyosukite.